Waterworld is a 70-acre water park located in Stoke-on-Trent with a wide range of slides for everyone. Now this place has been getting a lot of negative press recently and hundreds of negative TripAdvisor reviews, some saying overpriced and scammy, others saying uneducated staff, and others saying how they even got chlorine poisoning from the event. Alongside reviews, an abundance of negative articles have been published saying how visitors have been taken ill with emergency services on site, but also the green colouring of the pool deemed as disgusting and unsanitary. So me and Oscar,
hello,
decided to take a trip. So after arriving at the event, we obviously had to park. There were hundreds of spaces, so one was not hard to find. The actual outside of Waterworld looks fresh and modern, and the new Tornado Alley slides look great when approaching the entrance. After parking, we had to pay for the parking space.
Pay for parking?
Yep, that's right, we had to pay for parking after paying for the actual entry into the park, which was £21 per person. Parking was £3.50, so I guess it wasn't that bad, and it's pretty common to pay for parking at these venues anyway. So fast forward, we're now entering the changing rooms. Not much to say about these, except from I thought they were quite clean and tidy, with loads of changing rooms, so that wasn't a problem. Although we did have to pay for a locker ban, which was £7.50 for one locker, that is quite expensive. However, you do get £5 back of the price, so it's not too bad. Right after getting changed, we headed straight into the actual water park. Upon entering the actual water park, you really do get to appreciate the size of the building and how many slides they've actually fitted into this huge warehouse. Our first stop was of course the wave pool.
The wave pool was alright, they could improve it. For example, the waves aren't as powerful and big as other UK water parks. The pool was fantastic, there was water pouring down from the slides. When the waves were on, it was crowded in the pool area, but obviously that is common in every water park. It was a cool atmosphere and the depth of the pool was around 1.8, so it was pretty deep. After the waves turned off, everyone would scurry, so it went back to being quiet. The temperature of the water was warm, just right for a water park.
The complaints about the water being green were true last year, however this wasn't because of it being dirty, it was just because of the source of the water. The water is sourced from a borehole, which is a totally fine source. However, when mixed with chemicals such as chlorine, the colour of the water turns to a certain green colour. However, this has since been resolved and the water is now crystal clear.
Our second stop was Tornado Alley. This is home to 4 slides, including Cyclone, Storm Chaser, Hurricane, and the drop slide, the big one, the Thunderbolt.
We decided to first queue for a rubber ring. This took around 15 minutes, so not too bad. We then walked up the stairs right to the top where Cyclone was located. We queued for around 10 minutes for the actual slide, and the ride experience was actually really fun. You first head into this cylinder type shape with water coming from you from every angle, and then into a fishbowl section, spinning around for what feels like ages, before going down a drop, and then coming to the bottom of the ride where you have to exit quickly. So what's the height restriction for Cyclone then, Oscar?
I think it's 1.2 metres. Next was the other smaller rubber ring slide, which was Storm Chaser. Once again, we queued for another rubber ring. It took us a little shorter this time when we headed up to the first platform of the ride, where Storm Chaser was waiting for us.
It was alright, by no means the most intense or greatest ride ever. The height restriction for this is 1.2 metres.
Now it was time for the one and only, best slide there, Thunderbolt. This is the UK's first trapdoor water slide. You must be 1.4 metres to ride, and we queued around 20 minutes. This was due to there being only one lifeguard patrolling 2 water slides. After the clock counted down from 5, you then rushed down a tight tube, which lasts for like 2 seconds before slowing down and making your way to the exit pool. This slide was awesome and great for thrill seekers like us.
The last slide on Tornado Alley was Hurricane. This was a classic body slide and it sure packed a punch. However, it was a bit like sliding down a cheese grater. The restriction for this was 1.2 metres and we queued like 10 minutes. Overall, Tornado Alley is definitely the strongest point of Waterworld and is great for thrill seekers.
On a lovely summer's day, like when we went, you've got to go in the outdoor pool. For a UK water park, the outdoor pool was pretty big and even had a bubble pool in the middle, great for parents. There was sun loungers all around and even small shops selling ice creams. The pool was warm enough to play in and was clean.
Moving back inside, we decided it was time for the rapids. So that it was not too overcrowded, the lifeguards do sessions every 10 minutes. The rapids were high-paced, thrilling, and of course, great fun to play tag in.
Next it was time for a classic, the Space Bowl. I call it the Fish Bowl. We queued like 5 minutes before heading into this classic slide. The height restriction was only 1.1, but remember the water is very deep at the bottom, with it being 2 meters. The fishbowl is a great slide. It feels like you're going to hit your head on the slide of the fishbowl, but you don't. It's a great fun slide, and remember, make sure you can swim.
Heading back up the slide tower, we decided to do Twister. This is a fast-paced slide which you must hold your nose for. I made that mistake. It's great fun, but fast and also thrilling at the same time. The height restriction is 1.1 meters, which is not really that tall. We queued 0 minutes for this, so it just made that experience a little bit extra special. On this slide tower, there are 3 family slides, including Python, Super Flume and Black Hole, where you can ride with an adult if you are under 1.1 meters. We didn't bother queuing for these, as we weren't really that bothered about doing them.
Our bellies started rumbling, so this called for some food. Waterworld do not let you bring any of your own food into the facilities, so Theo had 4 chicken strips and loads of chips. I had 6 garlic breads and a pot of beans, which were lovely, because they came in a coffee cup and you can drink them like tea.
Yeah, don't question him.
I can't remember the exact price, but I think the chicken strips meal was around £7, which is not too bad.
After this, we had 1 hour left. We queued once again for a rubber ring, which took 10 minutes before heading up to the Nucleus. Not that one, this one. This is essentially a Master Blaster ride which blasts you up every hill, and it's a really enjoyable experience as long as you don't get stuck every 5 minutes, which seems to be a problem with this ride. After this, we went to quite a unique feature of this pool, the lily pads. They were once a really cool feature where you could queue in an orderly line, then take your go at trying to get to the other end. Now it's absolute chaos because there's no lifeguards patrolling the lily pads and everyone's just doing what they like on them, so it's impossible to try and run across the other end. They have also removed all the handlebars at the top, which was done for COVID, but it would be cool to see them return.
We ended our day on the racing slides.
Which, may I add, I won.
We also went in a bubble pool, which was nice and warm and relaxing. And finally, we had to do it. We ended our day in the main pool and I was the last one out. Hooray!
We got changed and got out, and that was it. Our Waterworld day was over. Overall, it was a fantastic water park. Yes, there's some improvements that need to be made, such as the lily pad area. The floor in the cafe was soaked, but overall we found the facility nice and clean. Any final thoughts, Oscar?
Well, I think it was great, but they really need to fix the lily pads.
Yeah, I think what they used to have with the lily pads is really unique. However, there's just a lot of toddlers now just playing with them, which could be the reason why they took the handlebars out, but I do really miss the assault course that they used to have with the lily pads. But overall, it's a fantastic water park, and I do definitely recommend it. With all that said and done, thank you for watching Theme Park Enthusiast. If you did enjoy the video, do consider subscribing, as I make theme park content every week for you to enjoy. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next video.
See
Bye
ya.
now.